Well, good morning. I'm not going to wait any longer. I went to bed early last night before 9 o'clock and woke up 11:30, quarter to 12. Dozed back off for a little while, but woke back up a little after 1, and I've been awake ever since, meditating and pondering. I actually wrote the blurb over 45 minutes ago, so I've been waiting for 3:33 to get here. I'm not going to wait till 4:44. The title is Breaking the Spell of the Matrix. I spent a little over an hour yesterday watching the video entitled Commerce, Law of the Sea. It covers the etymology of words, the esoteric meaning. It ended with the words, to be continued, which was a disappointment for me. It's not that I don't have the word it. It's not that it was new information for me. I am well aware of the duplicity embedded in our language. We are literally spellbound on a prison planet where nearly everything is the reverse of what we are told. While it is certainly not uplifting, I do believe it is necessary for us to go down the rabbit hole and become aware of the depth of deception so prevalent. It's not easy to look at these things. Yet, without knowing the truth, we will never break the spell of the Matrix. I would have liked the video to conclude with solutions. Since that didn't happen, I will have to explore some of my own. And exploring my own is what I've been doing. That's a lot of the pondering and what I call meditation, but some people wouldn't call it meditation. I'm looking at information that shows we've been double-crossed by our gods, our creators, the manipulators who messed with the human race and led us into the seas of deception, to the maritime admiralty law system where we're treated as dead, we're treated as slaves, we're treated as ignorant. And the truth of the matter is, we've been extremely ignorant, myself included. Lots of things have come up for me during this time of introspection. One of the things that has been prevalent in my awareness in the last several days, at least, or few days, is the attack on Kevin Annett, who is the Canadian minister who exposed the crimes of church and state and supposedly established an international tribunal, an international court of justice or something like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the correct title is, and it doesn't matter to me. And lately there's been a lot of people that have been exposing his duplicity. The fact that some of the things he has said has not been true. Some of the advantages he has taken of various people that have tried to help him in his quest. And Alfred Weber and Mel V and others have gone on the attack. I listened to Alfred Weber's video until he said that one of his sources was Mel V, and I immediately stopped listening at that point, because Mel V, to me, has been one who seems to take delight in attacking others. She also seems to have a great propensity to want to be in control of what others are allowed or not allowed to do, especially when it comes to media. I learned that through Swiss Indo. However, I've had to take introspection and think, well, just as she's attacking him, am I attacking her? Am I doing the same thing to her that I'm accusing her of doing to Kevin Annett? Are we ever going to break the spell of the Matrix by attacking each other? By doing things which expose our weaknesses and the skeletons in our closets? I think not. If we don't learn to love ourselves and to love each other, knowing the truth that we each have skeletons in our closet, that we've each done things that we're not necessarily going to be proud of. I like to puff myself up with self-righteous pride that I've been mostly in integrity throughout my life. I have not intentionally defrauded anybody that I'm aware of. I have not intentionally deceived anybody. I know this about me. I can't speak for anybody else, and I don't know your truth. And I don't know the truth, except for the fact that we've been lied to on this planet a lot. I do know that that's the truth. Almost nothing we've been told is really true. We've been sold a bill of goods that enslaves us, that demoralizes us, that disempowers us, that impoverishes our spirit and our soul. We've had some kind of being, whatever it is, that has taken great delight in our suffering, in our pain, in our disappointment, in our disillusionment. Seems to take great delight, whether that's Lucifer, whether that's Saturn, whether that's Satan, whether that's God, whether that's Jehovah, whatever it is. Something's wrong on planet Earth. Something's wrong. And the fact that we recognize that something is wrong is a tremendous sign that we're moving toward healing and breaking the spell of the matrix, of the prison planet that we're brainwashed in, on, whatever. And it breaks my heart on the one hand to know how long, to realize how long we've been enslaved by lies. How long we've been taken advantage of, and our energy has been harvested lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We've been double-crossed by our gods. Those that we thought would ultimately be our saviors have been the wardens of our prison, and have held us enslaved and in bondage to religious lies, political lies, commercial lies, lies of every description, in every level of society. There has been not a single societal structure that has not been poisoned by the lies of this matrix, of this world. But we are waking up. And I take delight in that, and I have great hope that this awakening is not going to come as a result of a single individual coming and rescuing us. That's part of the deception, that we have to wait for somebody else to do it. No, this happens to each of us individually. I have to learn to forgive the Mel V inside of me, just as Mel V has to learn to forgive the Kevin Annette inside of her. And this is a process that we all must make. It's not about naming people. I mean, I can look at Dave Schmidt, and when I first had a conversation with him, he was defending the IRS. This is the man that's now working with the ambassador and the Red Dragon. He was defending the IRS, and then in a recent one of his recent videos, he mentioned something about the chemtrails aren't really chemtrails, they're contrails. They don't have enough money, he said, to do the chemtrail thing. See, he's totally still brainwashed because he can't see the bigger picture. And neither do I see the whole picture. And neither does any of us see that. Not the ambassador, not the Red Dragon, not whether someone is high or low or wherever we are. We're all in a process of learning. And that's why I appreciate Aristo. Sometimes some of the things Aristo says are hard for me to swallow, because I have to take responsibility more than I feel capable of taking. I have to admit things to myself that are not comfortable to admit. But we all have to do that if we're going to break the spell of the matrix. We all have to take an in-depth look at ourselves. We all have to be willing to go down the rabbit hole and see not only where others have fallen short, but more importantly, where we ourselves have fallen short. We're not going to break the spell of the matrix by attacking each other and pointing out the shortcomings and the flaws that the other person has. Maybe the gift that they've given us is to be able to see ourselves. But see, we don't want to look at it as, that's me. That's not about them. It's about me. So that when Mel V sees what's wrong with Kevin and Annette, and then Alfred Weber jumps on the bandwagon, and he starts exposing, and other people start exposing what's wrong with Kevin and Annette. Well, what's wrong with us? I can look and find things that are wrong with almost everybody. Almost everybody. Some of my best friends have disappointed me greatly. Greatly disappointed me. Is it their fault that they've disappointed me? Or are they doing the best that they can do? Are they handling their life situations to the best of their ability or not? It's not for me to attack, because if I attack, I'm entrapped in the matrix. I'm playing the same game, the same dialectic of us against them, of competing, of trying to control somebody else. That's what's wrong with the world. That is the entrapment of the matrix. Control. The only control that's going to liberate us is self-control. We don't have legitimate control over anyone else, and we never should. We never should. Trying to have control over another being is a violation of natural law. You're trying to enforce your will over the will of another. That is always violation. It is always wrong. There is never a legitimate justification for the exercise of your free will imposed over the free will of someone else. That's doing harm. That's causing loss. That's what's wrong with the matrix. The whole system is built on harming others and violating others because we're unwilling to take that look in the mirror that the ambassador always encourages us to take. None of us, not me, not anybody, has all the answers. But I do have this answer. We must be willing to look at the truth, and we must be willing to love ourselves and each other if we're ever going to break the spell. If we're ever going to get out of the deception and out of the web of lies, we're going to have to look in the mirror. We're going to have to go down the rabbit hole. We're going to have to face truths that are not pleasant and not easy to face. We're going to have to shed some tears. We're going to have to feel some not so nice feelings. But that's the process of giving birth to our new humanity, to the true self that each one of us is. And we have to be willing to go on this journey, alone if necessary. But the truth is, we're not alone. There are hundreds of thousands of people, maybe even millions, that are in various stages of this awakening, of remembering who we are, and of coming home to the essence that is within each of us, the inner child, the divine child, that is beyond the religion, beyond the politics, beyond all of the institutional lies that we've been told. The essence of that inner child is love, just as Putin said. It's about love. It's about family. And we're all family. I don't know if I've been able to give you a solution. All that I've been able to do is share where I am and what I see. And that's the best I have to offer. And to do it every day, because I'm on a journey. I haven't arrived yet, neither have you. I don't have all the answers, and neither do you. I can only share my life, which is what I'm doing. Thank you for listening. Namaste.